I Think I'm Happy is now 11 years old.
Wow.
And I've only changed 2 lines in the title to the song since the first draft in July 2013. Which is pretty wild to think about. Because the other thing is that I did record an earlier version of this song with my friend Ben Baker, who sings background vocals on this version as well. But the song was originally called Muddling Through. And over time, I realized, like, no, if you want it to be a single, it's got to be the line that everybody actually recognizes. But this is, I always think of...
It's a way better title anyway.
Oh, totally. Yeah. But I always think of Inside Out by Eve 6. Like, I feel like any line in that chorus could actually be the title of that song, and Inside Out is by far the least interesting line. Like, Heart in the Blender, Small of My Pride, Choke on the Rise. Like, there's so many lines in that chorus that would have been a better, more memorable title than Inside Out.
Yeah.
You know? And there's a similar thing happening in this one, too, I think. And I just stuck with Muddling Through, for at least at first, for some reason. But no, I Think I'm Happy is much better.
You wrote this in 2013?
I wrote this in 2013. Yeah.
That's interesting, because this one, from a lyrical standpoint, was one of my, like, early favorites.
Right.
Because I took it as someone, like, you know, we're all musicians, and we were in college, we're, like, gonna be the exceptions, we're gonna be super successful, and everyone's gonna love our music and stuff. So I always took it as, like, okay, now that we're older and that hasn't happened, like, we kind of have to come to, like, the new normal, kind of what is reasonable to expect. I think I'm happy with the life I have anyway. So if you wrote it while still in college, I did not expect that, just based on...
Well, I think it might have originally been a little bit more inspired by the, like, waking up only slightly hungover on Sunday morning feeling. You're like, oh, you know, I may have been debaucherous to the point of embarrassment last night, but the fact that I can actually get my work done today means I'm not nearly as much of a fuck up as I anticipated, you know?
So your younger self accidentally wrote a way more profound song than you knew you were writing.
Exactly. Well, I think that's part of the advantage of keeping it simple, right? Is like, yeah.
It allowed for you to grow into the song.
I suppose so.
Which happens weirdly.
I've definitely
that where I'm like, I wrote a song, I'm like, I don't know what this is about, and then years later you're like, oh,
right. No, I've been working on this idea for a long time.
Yeah,
for sure. No, I think that's one of the joys of doing this, for sure.
Definitely.
I'll also own up to the fact that as a dueling piano player for over a decade and an Elton John fan for a decade and a half longer, I was purposefully trying to write something to the groove of Benny and the Jets. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. Yeah. That stomp was definitely...
It's there, but it's not ripped off.
It's not the same song. So it's definitely not the same song, which is why I feel comfortable saying it.
Well, I don't know, after the Marvin Gaye thing, I don't know.
That's fair.
Maybe cut this part.
Yeah, man.
I think you're good.
Justice for Robin Thicke.
No, because...
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't...
Yeah, but no, it's definitely... Yeah, and we medley them together live, which is fun.
Yeah.
Also, I won't say the nature of it, but there's some... almost inaudible muttering happening in the very beginning of this song, and all I'll tell you is that we're talking about the band U2. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
Lots of debates around that.
Yes.
About the volume of that and the placement of that. It's like it had to be there for you. Like if somebody really wanted to hear it, they might be able to if they listened over and over.
Turning it down was one of the last things you did in mixing this. Like it was in the last pass of notes, wasn't it?
I think it was like
you made a note.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Last second.